Aaron, coming out of Brookline. And if you could please just let us know a little bit about yourself and what you do, and I guess how you integrate breaking into what you do as well.
Great. So my name is Erin Washington. I'm originally from Indiana, so I'm not even from New England. I'm from a little, I would say a small town. Now they call it a city, but either way. I was born in Kentucky, raised in Indiana. I started dancing when I was 4, doing classical ballet. And I did that pretty much up till I graduated. I always knew that once I graduated, dance was going to be the way to get me out of Indiana. That's how I looked at it as a kid, because I knew there were so limited opportunities as dance-wise, as in Chicago or bigger cities like that, for opportunities to dance. So when I went off to college in Florida, that's when I kind of realized I didn't know anything when it came to dance. I went to Florida State University, was really focusing on contemporary dance there, and it was really almost a negative experience, but it kind of taught me that I needed to continue to learn. And like, since I moved to New England for grad school and all that stuff, and then once I moved to Boston to start dancing professionally, I kind of always made it a mission for myself to continue to learn and grow and push myself out of my comfort zone. So the studio, I won't go too much into my history, it's a long story, but the studio, Brookline School of the Arts, kind of was born almost out of a fire. Our original studio burnt down almost like 5 years ago around this time, December, and it really was like 2 to 3 years of us like hustling, finding the space, and then when we settled down into like a little brownstone on Beacon Street, that's kind of where the magic happened. The pink walls, the pictures, the knickknacks, the paddywhacks, all of it right backstage. Right, so, but when it happened, I knew that I was able to reshape the former studio I was managing into the way I envisioned, the fire did essentially. So since I was so trained in the sense of the ballet, the jazz, contemporary, I just said I can do that myself. But the breaking, I know I didn't know. I only knew a little bit through my previous teacher, Mac, who was B-Boy Mac. Yeah, he was the reason why I knew anything about breaking. But it really wasn't until I went backspace who kind of taught me how to break and like really understand the language of it and how to see it, how to view it. Yeah, I didn't know anything. And me and Mac lived 2 different separate worlds because I was dancing professionally. So I would just go, I'm here, I'm teaching my class, I'll see you later. That's kind of how it was compared to how we operate now, where I'm always in the space with me, right? We're always collaborating. Me, you, Dragon, it's a collaborative effort, right? So it's not just me, you do your classes, I'll see you later. It's like we're there in the room together, working with the kids, making sure that I have a creative rapport with them, because it's easy to like, well, I don't break dance in a sense. That's how I used to feel like I don't break dance, so I can't have a say. I can't tell you what to do. But since I actually say, like I said, you taught me the language, you taught me how to see it and how to view it, and then the history and all the different things that come with it. Now I look at it and be like working with Jeffrey, for instance, like I can give him advice. There you are, Jeffrey, right? He's one of my students, our student. We've shaped and molded him. It's been a collaborative effort, really it is. It's not just one person. I think it's what you have to learn when you're running the studio. It really is collaborative. So that's what I think what's been our success, is that it's just really been us 3 in a sense, working together, trying to build a vision of what we want dance to be. The mission of my studio is to develop artists of the future through technique, creativity, and artistry. We don't compete in that sense, but that's not a negative thing, that's just my style, that's my aesthetic, meaning that's how I want my dancers to view dance more in an artistic lens. Yes, there's competition in dance, you have to be competitive. If you want things, you gotta go for it. But there's also that sense of working together, camaraderie, collaboration, being a good human being, humility. That's the most important trait I think any dancer should always maintain. Be humble, be a student. And I think I try to pass that down because I still actively train, take dance classes. This summer I sent myself away for 2.5 weeks to go just dive into modern dance in the summer, which was a great experience down in North Carolina. So I'm always just trying to figure out how I can continue to learn. And I think with the help of Backspace, Dragon, my students, and then all my teachers I've had in my past has really helped elevate our studio to be what it is. It really is, curriculum-wise, half breaking, half classical dance, meaning jazz, contemporary ballet. So I really want to make sure there's tons of opportunity for students in our community, in the Brookline community, to take classes with Backspace, who is an OG, a legend, and I mean, and then Dragon too, because Dragon has, if y'all know Dragon, I know Dragon. He has his own way of communicating, breaking as well. The kids feed off both their styles, which is always so fun to see when they start putting it all together. So that's kind of like a little bit about me, the studio, and like I said, our goal, like I said, my origin point of really breaking. Honestly, I always say it goes to Backspace because he really taught me what the language was and how to see it. So now my input doesn't feel shallow in a sense where like, oh, she doesn't know anything, she's never done this before. But now I'm like, the kids come to me, they value my opinion because I do bring a concert dance aesthetic to breaking in a sense because that's what I grew up doing. That's what I did professionally, was doing concert modern dance. So I try to figure out how can we take breaking and make it like visual as well on the stage. How can we use the lights? How can we create sound? How can we set the mood? We create pieces, not just. And then of course, it's always at our end of the show, we end with a cipher, but that's everyone's favorite. But we always try to think conceptually. How can we take breaking and move it beyond just sometimes the street? Because the street is the best part. That's the origin. But then we also I want to figure out how to elevate it to make it so everybody looks at it as an important art, just as ballet, just like jazz and contemporary. So it's just not an afterthought. That's what my mission was for breaking.
Yeah, let's go. Appreciate that.